Cliff Osoro. I work for Swissport in HR, supporting East and South Africa subcluster. Very excited to be at the Advanced Air Mobility 25. It's been a really great day of learning. Just to understand the new technology, what's happening around eVTOLs, for example. That's the electrical vertical takeoff and landing, which is really exciting to see where the world is going, and the fact that countries like Kenya are embracing this in terms of how to develop infrastructure, regulation. How do you develop the skills that are required for these new developments in advanced air mobility? I think it's been an exciting session, listening to the different speakers, learning a lot, and it's also, for me, it's exciting to understand how does it then impact our operations for those of us who are in aviation services. So it's very exciting for us, and looking forward to learning more and participating more in the symposium. Are we good?
And the event for you?
I mean, the event was exciting, I must say. And I think when I look at, some of these are the things that we would think of seeing in the movies, but seeing that this is technology that's going to be deployed in as recent and, in the next sort of 5 years is something that's very exciting. So just watching and seeing what is being done by even the original equipment manufacturers, what technology they're developing, that's very exciting for me.
Is it going to be maybe risky to use that flight? People have fear or something.
No, I think it's going to be very exciting for you. Tomorrow we're going to be having a conversation around public perception and acceptance of this advanced air mobility. I think for sure there's a lot of concern, but I think at the development of the technology, there's a lot that, if you look at the aviation industry itself, safety is one of the number one things that we focus on. So even as this technology is being developed, safety is going to be focused on, and by the time they're going to deploy, I can assure you that it is going to be 100% safe. Of course, the biggest safety concern is around things like accidents. One of the safety concerns, of course, like say for example, the eVTOLs are going to be powered by lithium batteries. So how do we ensure that these lithium batteries are safe? There's no fires that are caused by that. So I think even in the testing of this particular technology, that is one of the things that's very key. That's going to be done to ensure that it is going to be safe for the public use by the time it goes out for public use. Yeah.
The airports are going to be the same?
So if you think about it, this airport infrastructure is going to have to change slightly to adopt this. So if you look at, say for example, the charging, how are we going to be able to support the charging for this? Because there's electrical, the batteries, exchange of batteries, but more exciting about this technology is we're only thinking about the traditional airports, but remember the vertiports are going to be in areas that are accessible to the passengers. So it may open up to more than your traditional airports. So you want to move people to as close as possible as where they want to be to make it more effective. Because I think we're stuck on it has to operate like the traditional airports, not necessarily. Of course, for international travel across countries, there's certain things that need to be considered, like for example, your immigration and how do you then get a visa to get into another country? How do we know that you've moved from this country to the other? So that's going to be part of the consideration. But I think let's think outside the box. It's not just going to be a traditional airport. There's going to be things like in this technology, for it to work very well, there's something that we'll call multi-modular. So how do people then move from your air to your, if it's going to be metros, if it's going to be other forms of transportation, and how does it then blend with that? So I think that's something that's very exciting to look at.
And for those people who are studying piloting, do you think it's going to create unemployment?
No, this technology is not going to wipe out your traditional aviation. It only comes to complement it. The other thing is, currently as it stands, for the eVTOLs, the first qualification in, like one of the manufacturers was talking about, is to be a pilot. Then from a pilot, then you're repurposed for this. So it's going to present additional opportunities for the pilots that are there. And of course, maybe in another number of years, then they may be the unmanned part of it. But right now, it's going to provide opportunities for the pilots, and also more pilots. People are going to be trained more. And I think the training is not going to be like your traditional training. So probably it provides opportunity for us to have more pilots navigating your eVTOLs, for example. Yeah.
So when is it going to start?
Of course, from the indication from, I think if you listen during the conference, there's talk of Abu Dhabi starting this, I think very, very soon. So I think in Africa, maybe we're looking at 5 years, I can't tell, but in some countries, this technology is going to be deployed as air taxis from as early as next year.
Yeah.
So let's watch this space.
How many
and
countries?
then we'll learn. I think there's two, I forget the other one, but there's Abu Dhabi, and I was trying to remember the other one, but I know there's a lot of testing that's happening. No, two so far, but there's a lot of countries that have started developing their national advanced air mobility policies. So it is going to.
I don't think there's any so far, like any.
No, but watch this space. From Dubai, Abu Dhabi, they're going to have the air taxis very soon.
Wow.
Yes.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
So where are we going to get you on social media?
Okay, on social media you can get me on LinkedIn, Wycliffe Osoro. You can get me on Instagram, Osoro Wycliffe KE. Yep, that's it.
Thank you so much.